What's up? I'm Jacob Paul with Inside Out Online. We're working on Carol of the Bells by Trans Siberian Orchestra. The part that I'm going to show you today is a part that I teach my own students, and the goal is really to give you some tools and some tricks to be able to play along with the song, one way or another. So even in certain parts, I might show you two different things that you can do on the certain parts. But usually I'm teaching this to students that have been playing for at least 3 years. So hopefully you've been playing for more than that. If you haven't been playing that long, then maybe it might be a little much for you or you might get lost. But hey, jump in and try, right? I'm just going to jump right into this thing. For this very first part, you'll probably want kind of a clean tone. First of all, make sure that you're tuned. And you might have to tune a few times with all the stuff we're doing. So we're going to the 9th fret. And we're going to pair up our pinky and our ring finger on the middle 2 strings on the 9th fret. So on the 3rd string down and the 4th string down. That's the very first part that we hear. So it's this part. I'll play it for you. Now, I'm pretty confident when I listen to the song that this part cannot be played correctly exactly the way they did it without a capo on the 2nd fret. We're going to skip that. And we're going to just do it our own way, and that is, which leads us to the next note that we need. So we're going to pair those up again on the 9th fret and the middle 2 strings. And now we're going to use our middle finger and go to the 8th fret to the string below those two, basically on the 5th string down. So this is where we're going to get our first 3 notes. All right, we need one more note. Da. Again, what they did is they had a capo here. Notice when I play that bright note here, it's the note that we need. We can't reach down there and get that. And so what we're going to do is kind of fake our way around it. And that is, we're going to find it on the note behind our middle finger. So we've got the ring finger note, pinky note, and then 5th string down middle finger note. And what we're going to do is let go of our middle finger and reveal the pointy finger is going to be right behind it on the 7th fret, right behind where the middle finger was. And we're going to pluck that one too. So we're plucking, let go of the middle finger and put the pointy finger down behind it. So there's our four notes. And bring the middle finger back on and then let it go to the pointy finger. Start over, middle finger on, let it go and pluck behind it. So the only thing moving is my middle finger. And it kind of slows down. Okay, so that's the first part. Now we're gonna hit that crunch pedal, that whatever you got, some kind of scream, some kind of distortion. All right, so this is our next part after we've done bo no 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 no. So this is how it goes with the song. Just keeps repeating. And now we need distortion. So I'm going to put that overdrive on. So what I'm using for my amp on this video is a plugin or a computer program, software program called Guitar Rig 7. It's an easy way to get great sounding tone. And I just jumped into the rock genre and double clicked one called Tight and Chunky. And that's what I'm using for this video. Sounds pretty epic to me. So it kicks in after that part. We're gonna go down to an E minor or an E power chord. So this is one of those parts already that there's a couple things that you can choose to do. One thing is you can just go down to the low E power chord, just kind of palm mute and on a low E power chord. So E power chord is where the E string is open, and then we're holding the second and third string down with one finger. If you don't know how to do that, it's what I call an open string top string power chord. Now it's on a big strum. I'm not strumming all the way through. I'm being very particular about strumming the top 2, maybe 3 strings. And I'm going down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, while also palm muting. Palm mute. Use your palm to mute the strings. And you'll find a place along the strings that works well. Like if you go too far, we get notes. Once you get right to the very back of those strings, like not past the strings, not too far up, but just right on the bridge, really, you'll get a nice chunk, 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 chunk. That's what we want. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 down. Every kind of once in a while, just hit it. So how does it go with the song here? As soon as there's total silence, we're thinking about down, 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 down. All right, let me show you another part. Now I'm not getting to the that's another part I'll show you in a second. If you feel more comfortable on this part, we're gonna follow like the bells. I'll show you this part in a second. All right, so we're following the bells on that part. I'll show you an alternate part here in a second. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slide that pointy finger up to the 7th fret. So we're just gonna strum the top 2 strings, not the top. You're not gonna bar across any other strings. You're only gonna play the 2nd string, 7th fret, and arch out for the 3rd string down so that they don't play. So what we wanna hear is the top string. So we're 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then you're gonna hit a power chord. You're gonna slide up to the 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, E power chord. So it's kind of a fun thing to do that's different than the other guitar, or than the main guitar, I should say, lead guitar that's going something like this. They're going back to those first 2 notes that we played in the song, where we're on the 9th fret, middle 2 strings, and the alternate part that you could play, like if there's 2 people playing or something, or if you want to play one or the other. So while it's palm muted, we're going to go. Hear the pattern? So again, that's a 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string again, 3rd string twice, and then 4th string. And then what you do is you repeat that pattern. Da, 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 da. And hopefully you're learning to do ups and downs, so like down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, as it goes through the pattern. Here's our next part. Get some spread going on with those fingers. We want some separation between the pointing finger and the third finger. The way you can get good separation is by turning your hand diagonally. See how much farther this is than trying to go wide and straight. So going this way, we're going to get our spread that way. We're going to go to the 12th fret, 11th fret, 4th string down. So our G string, our 4th string down, 12th fret, 12th, 11th, back to 12th, 10. So 12, 11, 12, 10. 12, 11, 12, 10. Couple little techniques. I like to pop off that first note, right? And then on the pointy finger note, I give it a little vibrato. There's also a lot of palm muting going on. There's a lot of technique happening here that you'll have to just really work on. Okay, we do that 4 times. After you've gone, let's back up a little bit and I'll play into that part. Let's see where we're at here. Set 5, 3, 2, power chord. Do that twice. 7th fret, 5th. All right, now we go to the part. Okay. Alternatively, if you're playing, that goes on a while, right? Here we go to the bar. 3, 4. Okay. Now we add a harmony there. But we're going to go ahead and jump to that harmony part. All right. If you're playing with someone else, for example, you can keep doing that, or someone can keep doing that while the other person jumps up to the harmony part. All right. We're going to go straight down a string. Okay, first of all. So we're going to be on the B string, the 5th string down from the top. And you're going to keep your 3rd finger on that 12th fret, while these 2 fingers are going to go back a half step, or 1 fret back. So now the distance is back 2 frets, back 2 frets. So we've got 12th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret. So no dots except for the 12th fret. We're going to do the same pattern, same feel and everything, except we're on these new notes. So it's quite a spread. The distance, you got to force that spread 4 times. All right, so here's the 2 parts together. Down a string. So I'm moving right along through the video, but you have to understand, you wouldn't be expected to not only learn all these parts, but like know how to put it all together in just the time of this video. This video, I'm going quickly, so you can break this video apart in sections. I mean, literally, I think we've gone through like four or 5 parts already. And each of those parts, you could take a week to work on them. It's no problem. This is how we get it. You're not expected to just have all this down. But I'm going to keep going. You break it down at your level and however you need to do that. So we've got that 4 times. Four times. Now, here's our next part. This is kind of cool. I really like just the spacing and how everything is kind of noted on this song. You're going to bring your fingers down a string to the bright string, same exact frets. 12th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret. Ba, ba, da, down, down, up. Okay, on this finger, 12th fret. So 10th fret, 8th fret after that. 12, 12, 12, 10, 8. Now this is cool. All we're going to do is we're going to bring our fingers up to the string where we were just a minute ago. Same pattern, pretty much just bring it up a string. Okay. Pause this video, work on this part 1,000,000 times for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Okay. Now the next part is to go to this middle note on the 10th fret, 5th string down. Okay, we're gonna go. Now we're gonna go ring finger, 3rd finger, 12th fret, back to 10th fret, and here's our new note. We're gonna go up a string to the 4th string down, 9th fret. So. And you can slide that. So. This is the coolest part of the song. I'm going to say that a lot of times, I'm sure. You're going to go to the 9th fret, 3rd string down. It's a B note. Now this part is going to be a trip, and you're just having to work on it a ton. But here's the notes. Let me play it real quick. Something like that. It's not perfect. Don't judge me. So, 9th fret, 3rd fret down. All right, now we're going to have to keep that spread going. All right, so 9th fret, 3rd string down, 4th string down, 6th fret. So it's a bit of a jump. There's 2 frets open there between them. So we're on our 4th string down, 6th fret. Now we're going to go to our 8th fret, same string. 9th fret, same string. All right, so let's review that. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. 9th fret, 3rd string. Now we're going to go down a string, 4th string down. 6th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret. Okay, so I'd recommend go down, up on the pick. Down, up, down, up. You're going to keep that pattern down, up going. All right, here's your next pattern. It's gonna go a little wonky as it goes down, but just do it a bajillion times. Our next note is our pointing finger on the 7th fret, 5th string down. Next note is the 8th fret. Next note is the 10th fret on the same string. So that's what that spacing looks like on that string. This is what it looks like on the 4th string, and then just the B. So the next note we're going to hit is on the bright string, 7th fret. Pause this and go over these notes a bajillion times. So here's all the way to the end. Pointing finger. All right, so that bright part again is, so let's go all the way through it. 9th fret, 3rd string down, 4th string down, 6th fret, pointing finger. Skip up a step, which is 2 notes, to the 8th fret, 9th fret, same string, pointing finger to the 7th fret, 5th string down, 8th fret, same string, 10th fret, same string, pointing finger to the 3, 5, 7th fret on the bright string. And then you're going to come back up a note to the 3, 5, 7, 9th, 10th fret, 5th string down. And then pointing finger on that 5th string down, 3, 5, 7, 8th fret. So you're going to do that what? 1, 2, 3. This time you're only going to go like 3/4 of the way. You're going to go the 3rd time. You're going to go all the way up to this this note here, which is the 5th string down, 8th fret. So ba da 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 da, and you're gonna repeat that. So da 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 da. All right, 3 times. On that 3rd time, you're gonna go. Now, by the way, this is all the same notes. We haven't added any new notes, so it's the same scale, you could say. This is the very last time. That part. Well, not that exactly. You know. Don't judge me. This is the very last one. Same notes. Once you get here, you're going to chromatically walk up every fret. This is how I do it. Okay. You could practice that for a week. Just that part. That's how I do it. Wow. Little slide down, because why not? All right, let's play this part along with the song. This is how I play this part. We're going on to the next part. You should have, hello, a week later, you. Did you practice for a week? All right, we're going back to the same pocket that we've done a lot of stuff in, including the very first thing we did, also we're going to that same note. 3, 5, 7, 9th fret, 4th string down. We're going to slide into it. Okay. Going to pop off of it and then give it some vibrato. And then you're going to let that go to the pointy finger. To the pointy finger on the 7th fret, same string. 4th string down. The next 2 notes, you're going to reach out 1 fret higher or further this way on the 3rd string down, which is the 10th fret, 3rd string down. Pop it off and then vibrato it. Same as the first one. And then you're just passing over these 2nd and 4th notes. Okay, that's that 3rd note. 3rd string down, 10th fret. Middle finger to the 3, 5, 7, 9th fret. So, okay, that's that next note. 3rd string down, 9th fret. All right, next part, going fast, pause it, review. Okay, that's as far as we've gone. There's just 4 notes, just how you play it. Right? Next note is pointy finger. 3, 5, 7th fret, 3rd string down. That's the next vibrato. You're gonna go pointy finger, 3rd finger on the same string, 3rd string down, 9th fret. And go back to your pointy finger, okay? This is as far as we've got. Now we're gonna go keep doing the riff. It's a kind of a long riff. We're gonna go 3rd finger all the way to this 10th fret, 2nd string down, and walk it down this little scale. Ba, ba, 9th fret, 7th fret, same string. And what I do when I hit it again, I actually just hit the top string, the E string. Just we want that powerful. So. While the other, the piano does it. So we come in every other time. Let's play along with it. Piano, guitar. Low E string. You know, it's real far in the background. That starts coming back. You can keep that. What I do sometimes, or with a student that's not quite ready for that, for all the things, I'm just going to have them go back down just on that low E power chord. So I like to do both parts here, and then with the actual guitar it goes. So I like to do both, because why not? This is a part where you'll have to have practice. Hopefully you have a lot of experience bending notes, and that your fingers know what it means to bend up a whole step or a half step. You know, things like that, knowing how far to go to get these notes. That's what we're going for here first, and then we're going to do a bright one. Don't make me sing that. We're going to the 3rd, 5th, 7th fret, 4th string down. We're going to take that note and we're going to bend it up a whole step, which is 2 notes. It's real dramatic and slow, going up and then back down. You want to go like on a bell curve. Give a little vibrato when you come back down. One pluck going up. And when you get back down, pluck it again before you give it a vibrato. Okay, next note, same string, is going to be 4th fret. And this one only bends up a half step. It's not as far, it's a half step. Practice that bend, listen to it. You won't know how to bend unless you are responding to what you're hearing. So like, I can't be like, I have to press this at exactly 0.75 of a pound. No, like, you just do it and you listen to it and you practice, and your fingers get bunched up and it's ugly and it sounds like a dying cat for a little bit. And that's okay. Not the dying cat part. I think we do that twice, and then we're going to do the same riff, just an octave higher. And we're actually, if you're familiar with this, we're in our minor pentatonic scale kind of position. We're on our 5th string down, 15th fret, up here past the double dots on the next dot. We're bending it up a full step. Okay, same concept, full step, bring it down slowly and comfortably, and pluck it again when you bring it down with vibrato. Hear the vibrato. 12th fret, 5th string. That's also that half step. It's not, it's, hear the difference? Twice. All right, so that's where we're at so far. Let's see if we can play along with that. Now this riff is a riff we've done already. All right, so bringing it back to this guy, 12th, 10th, 8th. Remember that week you spent 3 weeks back when you worked on that one riff? I think I heard that they only did this one once. And then the electric guitar started coming in, so that would have been 3 times on that one. Let's listen to that together. Yeah, we're on the high one. One more time on that. Then we go into this position. Okay, so we didn't finish that riff. Now we're getting into crazy uncharted territory. There are some parts in here that I don't do, like the I don't do that. So if you're here for that, you came to the wrong video. Sorry. And the guitar does that one. I go. So I go back to that 15th fret, the E minor pentatonic, if you're familiar with that. So I go 15th, 14th, back to 15th, 12th. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. I'm just gonna play along with it. And all the parts so far, you should kind of know. And then we go. Nothing? That's about as far as we're gonna go. You might, come when everything's going crazy, but so we went. The very last riff we're gonna get to, partly because I don't have enough frets. This Telecaster doesn't have 24 frets like we actually need for this song. It's a cool little lick there. So here's the riff. 15th, 17th fret. So we got our double dots, next dot after that. You're gonna bend it up a full step. Ba, there's a step. You're gonna bend it up and back down. And you're gonna, when you bend it up and back down, you're gonna release it to your pointy finger on the 15th fret. And the landing point is actually to go up a string to that 17th fret, that fifth string down, 17th fret. With a little vibrato. We're actually gonna do a pull off. So it's a bend up, back down, pull it off to the 15th fret and land. on that 5th string down, 17th fret. If you have 24 frets, you can go way up here to what? To the 22nd fret. Wow. And then bend it up to equal the 24th fret. Wow. Oh, there's another, well, you could go on that part. Let me show you another while we're here, and as we start to kind of like wind this video down, you should have all the parts except for the part that's just crazy later. Let me show you one more rhythmic part that you can do. So this part is on the part where it goes. Whether it's you're just having a hard time with that, or maybe you have 2 guitar players and one wants to focus more on the rhythm. Let me show you this really cool part that comes right on that part. It's gonna be like this. Like the end of the song. So let me show you this kind of more rhythm part. I'll play it again with the music. Alright, there's a rhythm guitar part. It's kind of cool. I'll show it to you. It goes like this. We're going open E, down, down, up, down. 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Down, da, 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 da. We're going to walk up our A string to C. 0 fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. So minor chord again. So 5, 0, 0, 0, 2nd fret, 3rd. Same thing, next string. Well, same kind of pattern. 0 fret, 2nd fret, 3rd. E minor chord. Now a B power chord. So 7th fret, 9th fret, 9th fret. You're gonna bring that B power chord down to the down a string to the 7th fret, 9th fret still here, power chord. That's the part that's just going wild. We're gonna go 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. Do it again. And then this is octaves, like a power chord. You could go power chord if you want, but I'm leaving out my 3rd finger, and everything else is muted except for the pointy finger and the pinky. And we're gonna end on E minor chord. Alright, so let me play along with it one more time. I know I went quickly on that. 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. And I'm going octaves. E minor power chord. I hope you picked up some cool moves on this song. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. I'm Jacob Paul. I'm gonna see you on that next video.